Hi, I'm Douglas Jones, Executive Chef of Aerlume Seattle, located near Pike Place Market. Today we're going to be making a peach cobbler featuring ice cream from Olympic Mountain. Let's get started. Okay, so here we have the peaches that we get from Eastern Washington. What I like to do is I like to use a paring knife and cut them into smaller wedges. Now once we get all the pieces apart, we're putting them into a sugar, cinnamon, and vanilla mixture that has basically just the properties of being able to make it macerate. Once the sugar coats everything, it'll start kind of breaking down the fruit a little more, and you'll be able to get so much more of that flavor out of it. The thing I love about Eastern Washington peaches is they tend to be a lot more floral than most of the ones that I've had before. Flavor isn't super sweet, it just ends up being a lot more balanced. Now that we have these all mixed up, we're gonna set it to the side. For the next part, we have our flour mixture. We use a gluten-free flour that's cup for cup. We feel that it works really good to be able to make it to where everybody can have some. So you don't have anybody who comes in gluten-free that's like, oh, I would really love to have that dessert, but I'm being left out again. So we add a little bit of baking soda and salt to this. Then we use hot butter. Pour that into the mixture very slow so that we don't get a whole bunch of big clumps. And then just whisk it in. Now once we've got it all whisked in, next we'll add in sugar and milk. Again, same thing where you want to whisk it in really slow so it incorporates big and keeps all the big pieces out of it. The cup for cup flour that we use makes it to where it's exactly as the name says, you're able to go equal parts of what you would for a traditional flour. If you don't want to do a gluten-free version, you can do it with just regular AP flour. Now once we've got all that mixed up, I like to take and add in softened peaches, ones that tend to be a little bit more beaten up or frozen previously, that work really well to be able to go into the base of the cup. We'll take and we'll just stir all of this in, and then we'll divide this evenly between all of our containers. Our containers we've already covered with a little bit of butter and the same flour that we used for the rest of it. Now we'll add in our macerated peaches from earlier. I like to take and put the thicker side towards the outside of my dish. That way you can make it to where the ice cream will sit right in the middle of it. Usually I'll use 3 to 4 pieces, depending on how big they are, and just kind of lay them around. If you have any extra liquid left over, I usually will just pour that around the outside as well. And now we'll pop this into our 350-degree oven. All right, here we are. After baking it for about 35 minutes at 350 degrees, we're gonna top it with some mascarpone ice cream. Thank you very much for joining us at Aerlume Seattle with our peach cobbler. We'll be running this all summer long.